Yeah. Okay. Here we go again. 3 and 2 and 1. And Seth did it again. I saw it out of the side view.
Yes.
And 3 and 2 and 1. Welcome to Access Sports Weekly here on AccessWDUN.com. Bo Wilson alongside Jeff Rohart and the man in front and behind the camera, our producer, Seth Chapman. Welcome to the show, everyone, and how are you doing today?
Better than I deserve.
Oh, thank you, Dave Ramsey.
Nice.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
doing
great.
pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty solid. We're all doing pretty solid because we are in, high school basketball region tournament mode, which is a lot of games every night this week. I think we counted, Jeff, about 78,000 games this week.
And one.
So we have had games every day this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's
We'll
correct.
end Saturday, but then we'll get kind of a break or 2, 3 days maybe. And then state tournament start. But
this is the prelude.
The prelude
to the games the ultra important games.
Yeah, the ultra important games, and we're on the show today. We're trying to recap Monday and Tuesday action and set you up for Wednesday evening, Thursday, Friday action.
That's correct.
We know Wednesday evening action and we know Thursday action already.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah, don't try this at home because this could get kind of
This is a job for professionals, which means that we will now leave the studio and bring in someone else.
Yeah. So we just set the show up for you. We'll talk to you later. Nah, just kidding. So, Jeff, you guys were up at White County on Tuesday. You and Seth were there covering the girls' action in Region 7 4A, which how was it you described the action?
I tell you how I describe it. Exactly what I expected, which was very good for our area teams. All three were expected to win and win big, and they did. The disappointing part or the troubling part would have been had one of these teams, we're talking Chestatee girls, Flowery Branch girls, White County girls, had either of them struggled, that probably would have been far more troublesome than in the manner in which they did, which I think was about 33.4 points per game average margin of victory.
There was no struggle there from the Chestatee girls, Branch girls, White County girls.
Clean victories for all.
Yes, and this time of year, it's about building momentum and riding a positive wave, and boy, they certainly did that. They all three looked really good. I think the team that I probably was the most impressed with was Flowery Branch from the standpoint that we have talked over the course of the season. Just a different kind of year for them than we have been accustomed to the last 4 or 5 years. And that's the best game I've seen them play, probably since before Lanierland. Now, I haven't seen every game, and Courtney, Courtney Newton-Gonzalez, she's probably a little mad at us for, maybe not jumping on board them a little bit more than we maybe would have, but they really look good. They got good guard play. Ashley Locke was dominant, which she should have been, and she was.
She has the ability to take over a game, I think.
By my count, unofficial stats, she did have 25 points. I had her for 9 rebounds and 3 assists, and and that's coming in and out of the game. I don't think she played hardly at all in the fourth quarter. It was way out of hand, and honestly, I think me and you will agree. She has double-double potential every single game.
Well, they punched her ticket to the region semifinals against White County. So, third game against White County this year. I always go on, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. Can White County do that, or is Flowery Branch now, as they've entered tournament play, who has a lot of experience in games like this?
Right.
Can they win the third time?
Well, experience does help. However, it's also, and every coach will tell you, and they've told us how many times we heard it's about matchups.
Right.
White County has the guard play. They definitely have the advantage with a little more speed, a little more guard play. That's the matchup that's tough for Flowery Branch right now. Flowery Branch is going to win the inside battle, but we talked to Coach Newton on Tuesday, and she specifically, we're going to have to handle their press, and we're going to have to be able to rebound the ball. And if they, for whatever reason, are not able to do that, that's where White County has been able to beat them twice this year. I think it'll be a similar kind of game. But I felt like Fiery Branch is playing better now than I saw them play earlier against White County.
Well, we have clips from those interviews of both Jarvis Davenport, White County girls head coach, and Courtney Newton-Gonzalez, who will play each other. That game is set for a 4 p.m. start on Thursday at Flowery Branch. It's Branch and White County. And let's check out what those two had to say.
I know White County's been a tough matchup. If they win, that's where you'll be in the semifinals. What's that matchup going to take for you guys to get over them this year?
Just, we got to put a whole game together. We played a lot better against them last time. We had it at a 1-point game down, in the last 2 minutes of the game. But, White County's a team you got to play a whole 32 minutes, and you can't have mental lapses. And so just putting a whole game together, we just continue to build, and you got to handle their press. And so I'm happy with the progress that we made last game, but just got to continue to work on those little things and hopefully put it all together.
Going to have Flowery Branch, two pretty good games during the regular season. I mean, they were kind of the standard that people are looking at this year. And, as they say, sometimes it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah.
However, when you've had success, you know what you have to do. How do you see that matchup?
It's a tough matchup. I mean, they got really good shooters, and they have a big lock inside, and it's just whenever you help, they make you pay. You have to defend, and you have to rebound. You have to gang rebound, and, you can't let them shoot layups. You got to make them earn everything that they get. And then on the flip side, they do a good job getting in passing lanes, and they do a good job making you have to make decisions. So we need to make the right decisions in the right place.
Well,
Courtney Newton-Gonzalez of Flowery Branch and Jarvis Davenport of White County. Those interviews are on our Twitter page right now at WDUN Sports. Go check out the full interview from Tuesday night's action. Another team, a girls team, making it into the state tournament and into the next round of the 7-4A tournament, the Chestatee girls. So beating Denmark, which was expected a 4 versus 5 seed. They play Marist, Jeff, and the Lady War Eagles played Marist tight in the regular season. Couple things went wrong for them, but they have a good shot of perhaps knocking off the number 1 seed and making it into the region championship game.
I think that could be an upset special. I think me and you talked about. I think you're ready to go full way.
Oh, I'm in on it.
And it's not that I'm not in on it.
Who wouldn't be the way they kind of, for lack of a better word, handled Denmark?
I think, we thought of the 3 games going in that was going to be the better game, and they really put it on Denmark, which was really, is very encouraging for Chestatee. I feel like they have 3 really good players, and you got, and they get good guard play, they play them good defense. I think it is an upset special. If they play on Thursday the way they played on Tuesday, I think they have a real shot at this, to knocking off Marist.
Well, we know that McNair can throw it up from threes. We know Easterwood can throw up threes. Logan Wiggins down low for them. So Chestatee has a good rotation. It's just what can they do in a really, really high pressure situation in the semifinals? Can they come together and beat?
Well, we talked to Sutton Shirley about that. It was a tight game. He felt like there were a couple of plays toward the end where there were, they had some turnovers and maybe one bad decision that it kind of cost them a chance to knock them off. So we did talk about that in the interview afterwards.
Marist is interesting for us. Last year we beat them the first time we played them, and then they got us the second time. This year we went down to their place, and we were up 3 with a minute left. Made some mistakes in that last minute and lost by 3, I think. And then the next time we played them, they came to our place and they put it to us. I told the girls it's personal to me.
Which one do you feel is the more representative, the first team?
We can compete with Marist. I believe that those kids, when we're zoned in and we're going, we can compete with them. Like you said, we can be scary, we can be dangerous at times. And I am glad that we get a second chance, or a third chance, I guess, at Marist. We've got to stay under control for sure the whole game. Marist is very disciplined. They don't make a lot of mistakes mentally, and we have to match that with them if we want to beat them on Thursday night.
Check that full interview out with Sutton Shirley of Chestatee on our Twitter page. You're going to check it out on our Facebook page as well and our Instagram page. They all 3 are posted there. Just search Access WDUN Sports on those. So we have those up ready for you to watch. So some of the other action, Jeff, setting it up on the rest of the week, and We'll start with the single A, Riverside winning in overtime and improving their power rating status in the power ratings, which the top 24 go, but they are now in the semifinals of the Region 8A tournament. They'll play the winner of Pace or Providence Christian Academy and Athens Christian on Friday at 8:30 at Commerce, and then Lakeview Academy, winners over Hebron Christian, which Lakeview beating Hebron twice in a week, once in the regular season, once in the tournament. They're awaiting the winner of Towns County and Athens Academy. Those games are played or Wednesday afternoon, which is this afternoon.
Right.
So they will know the winners of those. So Riverside, Lakeview improving their position in the power rankings.
We have to toot our own horn. We both called that.
Yes.
We called both of those. We said, when we did our podcast earlier in the week, we were like, what are a couple of teams that maybe could be up, kind of pull the upsets? And we called both Riverside and Lakeview, and that was a huge win for Lakeview because they were huge. They were down in the low 30s, and now they're within striking distance of getting in the top 24. Lakeview has really struggled this year. They've had some injuries. They were ravaged by flu. They just had a lot going on this year, but they've got everybody back at the right time, and it looks like they're starting to put some things together. So that's going to be a huge game for them in the semifinals. I think if they can get to the finals or even win this thing, which I don't think anybody probably thought was a possibility, that was the game. That was a huge, huge win for them against Hebron. If they can get into the finals, that might get them in the top 24. If they win this, of course, you get the automatic bid.
Right.
So I tell you. Huge for Lakeview.
Interesting tournament over at Commerce. The Lakeview girls play Wednesday afternoon, 4 o'clock. They play against Commerce at Commerce, and Tallulah Falls awaits them as Tallulah Falls beat Towns County. So on that girls' side. Now let's shift to Region 7 3A, which is an interesting region. On Tuesday.
We need a whole show for this one.
On Tuesday night, Bluff hammered Lumpkin County to advance. Hats off to Coach Jeff Still, by the way, his final game as a head coach here in the area, at least for now, as he retires. So hats off to Coach Still.
Might there be some radio in his future?
Perhaps. I almost posted, do you need a job, Coach? But, hey, anyway, GAC hammered Fanning County to advance, and North Hall pulled it off on East Hall. East Hall rallied back in the second quarter, and in the third quarter to take the lead at the end by 3 points, but North Hall's too much for them down the stretch, so they advance. Now, tonight on the girls' side, Jeff, on Wednesday evening, Lumpkin and Fanning County, they'll start at 4:30, North Hall and Bluff at 7:30, and, of course, Dawson East Hall at 6. Now, right here, right now, Jeff picked Lumpkin County to win the entire tournament on the girls' side.
I'm staying with it.
And he's sticking with it.
Sticking with it.
I think Lumpkin can play the upset bid again against GAC. They beat them once already. I think they can get past Fanning County on Wednesday.
But you're liking North Hall in this whole thing.
I'm liking North Hall. I think North Hall has the firepower to win it if they can put it together. Now, if Grace is not on, there's going to be some trouble.
Well,
for the Lady Trojans.
Again, we were up there. I was up there. Lumpkin played North Hall. They held Grace Holyfield to 5 points. And Davenport only had 5 points. So the Lumpkin second tier outperformed North Hall second tier. That's why I'm basing my pick on that.
All right. Well, all of this schedule, scores, and everything is on the website right now, accesswdun.com. You can check the full schedules out of the rest of the week. Now, quickly to our Will Hart Team of the Week nominees. Baines County girls upset Elbert in the region tournament. Lakeview boys beat Hebron twice in a week. And White County girls ended their sweep of Flowery Branch of the regular season. There's our three teams as we pick this week's
Will Hart Team of the Week.
Who you picking, Jeff?
Wow. Banks County girls, Lakeview boys, or the White County girls?
Go for it.
Wow. I'm going to go with the Banks County girls because Elbert County had swept them during the regular season, and they get a game-winning layup, like at the buzzer. Who gets that?
Yep.
Usually it's like a three-pointer or half-court heave, a layup. And I tell you, I thought they played really well against Social Circle on the regular season finale, and that gets them in the playoffs. And I don't think anyone was kind of expecting them to get out this year they've just they're kind of in a rebuilding mode. Huge. I thought that was a great win.
I'm going to agree with you. Banks County winners over Elbert County that upset the region tournament. So Banks County girls, Lady Leopards, congratulations. You are our non-sponsored Will Hart Team of the Week.
What are you waiting for?
That voice. All right.
It's over.
It's over. Yeah. All right. So check us out on Twitter at HartJJ22. I'm at TheBo Wilson. Seth Chapman is not on Twitter, but he is on Instagram at Seth something cinnamon toast crunch.
I'll throw the link up here somewhere.
Cinnamon toast. Now you made me hungry.
It'll be over his shoulder right there. So check him out if you need some photos. Again, AccessWDUN.com is your place to go to find out all your region tournament action. And check that out. For Jeff, for Seth, I'm Bo. Have a great rest of your week, everyone.